welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're wondering who I am, I only joined YouTube around a week ago. I'll put my first video in the description box below and I'll add it in at the end as well. But welcome back. So today's video is going to be about my accommodation experience and why I had to move within 2 months of moving in, and sort of what happened and how it all worked out and the process behind it. So how accommodation works in Bristol is that there's sort of 2 locations where you can move in. So one is obviously in city centre, which is really close to our uni and campus and everything, and there's another place called Stoke Bishop, which is a bit further away. I don't really know why they have accommodation there, but anyways they do. But they have sort of like a university bus, so they do give us a free pass if we do live there to sort of a commute. It's not really that far, well it's a 20-minute bus ride, so it's sort of basically commute to the uni and to come into city centre. I chose an accommodation which was in Stoke Bishop, which was my mistake obviously because I didn't do as much research as I should have. But the place that I chose was called Will's Hall, and yeah, basically we'll get into that. So I chose it because it just looked really nice, and like the aesthetic behind it, I really was into like the building, and I kind of low-key wanted to live my dream of going to Cambridge Uni, because it does look like aesthetic behind it does look like one of those sort of Cambridge, Oxford like sort of uni colleges. And I was like, okay, you know what, it'll be quite nice living there. It seems like a nice environment, the scenery seems really nice. Why not? Like why as in I just thought, why not? Like the pricing, it was so bad, it was just so expensive, and I was thinking about it, and then I thought, if this was me, an 18-year-old fresh out of sixth form, I would never pick it, because there was no way I could afford it. It was just ridiculously expensive. It was catered, so yeah, that is kind of why it was more expensive, and just I think it's quite popular as well, so that's why I thought okay. But then because I was working for 2 years, I took 2 gap years out, I had some savings, and I thought, it's been a while since I've been in education, I do want to have a nice uni experience, and I thought maybe if I do put some of that money towards that, maybe I would have a bit, I don't know, I just thought I clearly thought I didn't know what I was doing anyways. But yeah, that was a dumb mistake of mine. But yeah, so a lot of my money did go, my savings went into paying for the first installment, and honestly it was not worth it. I didn't have any savings by the end of it. It just, all my money went towards that, and I realized really quickly that for the rest of the term and for the rest of the year, there's no way I could afford it, because I get a full maintenance loan and I would literally have barely any money left to sort of for my expenses and everything else at uni. So I just knew, like, that was obviously one of the reasons I thought, okay, I do need to move. But then obviously there was a lot of other factors that played into why everything happened, and why I had to sort of move out ASAP, because it really wasn't what I was looking for. Anyways, so let's start off with diversity. So I moved in around end of September, I think. Yeah, and so on the first day, obviously I met some really nice people, which I got along with really well, and they did make my experience there as pleasant as it could have been. But honestly, when I tell you the diversity was dead, it was dead. Like, I don't even know, there was obviously no one who looked like me. I'm pretty sure I was the only hijabi there, though I couldn't just, it was just, diversity was so bad. I really wasn't expecting it to be that bad. I was just like, where are my people? But then again, they probably knew how the place was, and I was just being dumb. I didn't really understand sort of the environment that area had, and I should have, it is my fault, I should have done more research. But there wasn't a lot out there to tell me that. So, but I guess a lot of people knew and I didn't know. But I do remember before, when I was applying for accommodation there, I saw in student room that it has a big social life, and I don't know, I just thought, okay, I've been out on 2 gap years, I do want to make friends, I want to have the best time. So I assumed it was quite social in terms of like it would be really easy for me to make friends. But I didn't understand the social part meant actually like there'll be big parties, there's a lot of drinking, there's party culture is big then. I didn't really clock on that's what it meant. Obviously I realized when I moved in that that's actually what the social aspect meant, and not it was really difficult for me to fit into something that I don't really do, and it's something I don't drink, I don't party in terms of in that way. So I just thought, okay, this really isn't the place for me. I do remember I really did try to make an effort, and you know, with the friends I made, I did go into, it's called like the place, so where I lived, and the first accommodation, it was like I was living with 40 other people, and we all had to share. It's called a pantry. It's basically like a kitchen, but there's no cooker. You have one fridge and I think two. See, I never really went in there that much, so I didn't even know what was in there, to be honest, properly. You know, when they did, I don't know, sort of events or whatever there was going on in there, I did go in with some of my friends that I made, and I just felt really, really uncomfortable. It just wasn't the environment that I wanted. It's not the environment that I'm used to. And I did notice a lot of really weird stares. I know that some people were like, well, when I was talking to someone, they were like, oh, you know, people shouldn't do that, but it's like, no, but I know what I saw, I know what I felt. And I remember when I was sitting down, it was just not what I wanted to be a part of. There was just alcohol everywhere, there was smell of alcohol everywhere. It's just something that I'm not used to, and it's something that I don't do, and I just felt really, really uncomfortable. It's not the environment that I chose to be, not something that I signed up for. I didn't know that it would be like this, and you know, to know that there's 40 other people in the same room, it's just so daunting. And not just that, there were people, actually no, I'll get onto that now. But yeah, so I noticed like weird stares. I kind of, obviously, like I walked in, I'm evidently Muslim, I'm wearing hijab, and it's not comfortable when people are looking at you in sort of a different way. Like, you know, they're looking at you a bit differently, and I just thought, okay, no, I don't want to be in here. So a lot of the time I just stayed in my room after that, because I just thought, obviously, what am I going to do in there? I don't drink, I don't party, like I'm just going to sit down awkwardly, like there's no point me even being in the room. So a lot of the time I would just be in my room. I'd be really, really sad, to be honest. My mental health went really, really bad just because of a lot of other things and what was happening in there, and I just felt really, really lonely. So no, that was one of the reasons that you know, when I was starting to decide I need to actually move away from this accommodation. So yeah, so that was one aspect of why I moved away from Rose Hall, or you know, the diversity was dead. You know, no one, I couldn't find anyone I could connect with properly, and no one that looked like me. So yeah, that was one of the reasons. The second reason, safety. Okay, when I tell you anyone could get in to that accommodation, anyone could get in. You would think there was security, but there was no security, like properly. Like there was security, like in terms of people, but like anyone can get in easily. Like it's so easy to get in. Like there were people who were from different accommodations. There were people who don't even go to the uni were coming in, and then there were like massive mobs of people like in our like I don't know why everyone decided to come to our area, but anyways, like it was just really big. Like there was so many people in the kitchen. Like if I was hungry, if I wanted to like just warm up something, I couldn't go in, because you know, there would be packed people inside, and I just knew I would feel so uncomfortable. It was smell of alcohol. There was no way I could get to my food, or there was no way I could heat it up without, you know, feeling, just having to walk through like a mob of people I don't even know. I don't feel safe around. I don't even know that they live here. They probably don't even go to the uni. It was just ridiculous. There was like a security codes on the door, but like it's so easy to find out who it is. Like you could literally ask anyone and they'll just tell you this is a security code. It just gets passed around really, really easily, even though it was changed quite a few times. The security, it's just not safe to live there at all. And it's because it's in such a, like, it's not really a deserted place, but it's quite isolated in terms of that. So it's just not safe. It's just, I didn't feel safe. I know a lot of other people don't feel safe there as well. It's just not a nice place to live, to know that you're comfortable and protected. You're just not, you're really not, I'll be honest with you. So that was another reason that I thought, okay, no, I don't feel safe there. I know a lot of other people don't feel safe there. I know I'm not getting sort of the protection that I want as a student. So that was like another reason that I wanted to leave as well. So reason number 3, food. Okay, so when obviously the room that I was at Wills Hall, it was catered, so that's why obviously we had to pay a bit more, because they provide us food. Now the food they provide, the only thing I actually liked they gave was the breakfast, and that was in the morning, and most of the time I missed it, because you know you're not always going to be waking up at whatever 9 a.m. They kept changing the times as well, which is really weird. So I think at one point it was like from 7 to 10, and then it went to 7 to 9:30, and then 7 to 9, and like, you know, we're not always going to be up at 9 a.m. or 7 a.m. If we had like in-person lectures, then yeah, definitely. But because it's all online, it's really different. We're going to be either sleeping in, or, you know, it's just not always convenient. So yeah, a lot of the time I would miss breakfast. So that was the only meal I actually liked that they served there. And then everything else for lunch, which was still really weird. The fact that they say they provide us food, but they only give us 2 meals a day. So I think on weekdays it was breakfast and dinner, and then weekends it was breakfast and lunch. But yeah, so they would only really give us 2 meals a day, but then they never gave us a cooker or anything to then cook the third meal, or if like, but then again, like, it's not like I even went for the meals because they just weren't worth it. Anyways, I'll get onto that. But even say like you wanted to make your own food, or because you know you want to make lunch or dinner or anything, there's no sort of like cooker or anything. You don't have like a hob, which I just didn't understand why, because we were given a microwave, we were given a fridge. Why can't we have a cooker as well? Like, I don't know, they said because it was catered, that's why we didn't get one. But anyways, so the food they gave, they just tried to be bougie for no reason, and it just wasn't nice. I feel really bad because the people who cooked, I'm really thankful for the people who cooked, but it's just not food that I wanted. I didn't want catered, I wanted to make my own food, but obviously I was given catered. And yeah, it's just, they made mashed potato not taste good. Like, how can you muck up mashed potato? And they gave this dish once where it was like, it had what's it called again, halloumi, that's it. And I got really excited because, you know, I never had halloumi before, but I've always heard good things about it. But they made that taste not nice, and I was just thinking, this isn't food that I normally eat, and it's just bougie for no reason. All I want is like some basic food. Like, I know it's probably not gonna be seasoned properly, but give me anything like fish and chips, fish fingers, whatever, or something that, like, you know, people can actually eat, and it doesn't have to be too fancy. Like, I'm really not asking for fancy food. I just want nice food that I can eat and that will fill me up, so then I can revise or do whatever I need to do at uni. But yeah, a lot of the time I knew I wasn't going to eat the food. I know it's something that I don't eat, or like I just didn't want it to go to waste. I just didn't bother a lot of the time to get lunch or get dinner, and then a lot of the time I just go really, really hungry because obviously I was broke. I can't always order out, or the food that I had was just like snacks, so I just literally be living off snacks because I knew there was no point in me getting the dinner or the lunch because I didn't want to waste it, and I knew I just wouldn't eat it either. The thing I had was breakfast, that's it. Even then I would miss it sometimes. So yeah, that was another reason I knew I had to leave. Another thing about the food, okay, so they had vegetarian and vegan options, and obviously, like, you know, meat options. I eat halal meat. They didn't have like halal or kosher meat available. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know why they didn't, to be honest, because I do remember them asking about dietary requirements, and I said, you know, halal or vegetarian. I mean, there was vegetarian, so I guess I don't know, I just felt like I already had a feeling like there was no other I don't know if there were other Muslims there. There probably was, but I just don't know if there was a large amount there. Maybe they thought that's why. I don't really know the reason that they didn't have like halal or kosher meat available. But, you know, obviously I can still vegetarian. I had the vegetarian options whenever I did actually go to get the food. But, you know, like I said before, like, the food wasn't something, I don't know, the food wasn't nice. I would just be honest. It wasn't seasoned properly. Not even just that, it was too bougie, and it just wasn't what I wanted, and it wasn't what I signed up for. So a lot of the time I didn't go. And not even that, even when desserts, they didn't always classify. Like, I would just assume they would say if it had gelatin or not. Obviously they said other stuff like gluten-free and all of that and stuff, but it wasn't always, like, they did have that, but they didn't say if it was, like, you know, suitable for vegetarians or anything like that. So I remember once taking a dessert, and as I was walking, I looked at it, I was like, wait, this doesn't look like I should be able to eat. Like, it didn't look like it was something I was allowed to eat. So I remember going back and I was asking, oh, does this have gelatin in? And she went and asked one of the people behind the counter of the food, like the counter food, and then they were like, I think they called down and they were like, no, it does have gelatin. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I can't really have this. And they gave me something else. But I just think I wouldn't have had to ask if there was a clear label. You know, it's not just for religious reasons. Like, obviously for me it's religious reasons I can't have gelatin. You know, there are people who are vegetarian, there are people who generally just don't want to eat meat products. Like, you know, you need to put this stuff like really explicitly, and it just wasn't there. Like, if I didn't ask, I would have had that, you know, unknowingly. Like, you know, things like that just weren't clear, and it's just overall it just wasn't a great experience for me. I just didn't want to be there anymore. I just didn't want to have their food. I just wanted to make my own food, something that I know it won't go to waste. I know I'm actually eating something that will fill me up, and, like, you know, I can have it in my own time and stuff like that. But yeah, that was another reason why I wanted to leave. And not even that, just like the sort of the vibe around it I just didn't like, because they would have food fights there, or I would just see food on the floor, and then for me, it's just like, I just don't understand why you think it's okay to use food like that, or to sort of disrespect food like that, or just throw it around everywhere. Sometimes in the morning I would open my door and I would just see food on the floor, food on the walls, food on the door, and I just thought, why do you think it's okay to just throw food around like that? Like, it's not okay. There's literally people out there in this country and other countries who are struggling so much just to have a plate of food, and you're out here disrespecting food like that, just throwing it around as if it's nothing to you. Like, for me, that hurt me so much. I saw it and I was like, no, this isn't the people I want to be around. This is just disgusting behavior. I remember reporting it, and I know a lot of other people did, but I just don't understand why it was just such a common thing. Like, I would just see fruit on the floor or on the grass or just around everywhere, and if you don't want to eat it, don't get it. Or don't disrespect it either like that. Just don't throw it around. Don't just discard it on the floor. Like, it's just so inconsiderate, and I just didn't want to be around people like that either. So yeah, that was like another reason that just really pissed me off, and I just thought, no, this isn't the vibe I want to be around. This isn't the environment I want to be around. So yeah, that was like another reason. As you can see, they're like building up, but it's just all of this all together. I just thought, no, I can't live here. I can't live in that hall for like the rest of my year. And that's when I started realizing, okay, I need to decide, and I need to like contact someone to tell them that I want to leave, because it was just affecting my mental health. Like, they were having parties all night, like they'll be really loud, or like they'll be drinking all the time, and I wouldn't be eating properly. So then obviously, like, I'm feeling tired and hungry, and then I have lectures to catch up on, I have things to do, and I can't do that either, because, you know, they're always really loud, or like I'm not getting, my sleeping pattern was messed up as it was. But they were always loud over there, so I couldn't, like, they'd be up until like, I don't know, 3-4 a.m. Obviously I would like sleep at that time anyways, but like that was because my sleeping pattern was messed up, and with them being loud, it just made things really worse. So just in everything, like my studies were being affected. Like, I couldn't do work properly, I wasn't being able to make like or meet people that I connect with, and I was just feeling really lonely, and it just wasn't the experience that I signed up for. It wasn't what I wanted. So obviously with everything I did, like, sort of through online means, and just like I found some really nice friends, but they all live in city centre. So I did actually take the bus a lot of the time just to see them, to sort of, you know, spend time with them, and that actually did keep me going, because honestly I felt so horrible at those halls. I just didn't want to be there anymore. I just wanted to leave. But, you know, making the friends that I made at city centre, honestly, I love them so much. Like, they don't know, but they actually helped me so much, because whenever I saw them, I felt so much better. Because I just felt so like lonely and depressed at where I was. I just like was stuck in my room. I wasn't able to see people. I just wasn't able to have fun like I wanted. So I just thought, okay, I need to get out of here, and I want to move to city centre. So I contacted, I think it's called Resi Life, and I sent them like a really long email explaining sort of what's happening and how I want to leave here, and, you know, I can't see myself staying here for the rest of the year, because I know how bad it's already affecting sort of my studies, and I need to get out, and I need to move to city centre, because this just isn't the environment I signed up for. It's not what I didn't know, that this stuff like this happens here, and just I don't feel safe here. The diversity is so bad, the food, you know, everything that I just told you guys about. I just basically explained it to them. But I got really worried, because obviously it's corona. And I remember reading somewhere, I think on one of their websites somewhere, like, you know, they're not allowing transfers right now, or you can't move because, you know, it's just difficult with everything going on. So I thought, oh, you know, what if they say no? What am I going to be stuck there at Stoke Bishop for the rest of sort of my year? I really genuinely thought, like, before obviously I met my friends in city centre, like I genuinely thought I was going to be alone for like my whole uni experience. I'm just going to be studying all the time, and I'm not going to have a social life. But, you know, after I met them, I just felt so much better, and like I knew I needed to get out of Stoke Bishop and move to city centre. So obviously the next day they called, so Resi Life called me, and then I got really scared, because I thought, oh, if they say no, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, I knew my mental health was going to go even worse. So I was just really scared to even pick up the phone call. But then I picked up, and they were like, oh, we received your email, and, you know, we're like, you know, they were saying stuff like, you know, we're really sorry you're going through all of that, and that your case is sort of strong enough and serious enough for us to take it further, and for us to look for a new place for you to move. And when I heard that, I was so relieved. I was relieved in terms of, I just thought, finally I can get out of here and hopefully be in a better place. I genuinely thought they were going to say no. I genuinely thought they were like, no, you can't move, because, you know, with everything going on, it's just too difficult and it's not safe. But when they said that I can move, honestly, I was so happy. I just felt like, oh my god, finally I can get out. They called me and they asked for my preferences. So I was already worried because I thought, you know, it's already like two months in, places are probably already filled up in accommodation, like I probably can't be as picky as I want to. But you know, if you're ever in a situation, just say what you need, because they will find what's best for you. Like I know I said I know I didn't say that I wanted single sex, but I did get single sex in the end, but which I'm really glad about. But because I just thought I can't be picky, you know, I felt like I was being a nuisance already, just the fact that I'm asking within 2 months of moving that I want to move out and I want to go somewhere else. So the only thing I did say strongly was I don't want to share a bathroom. Like I do want my own bathroom, I want an ensuite bedroom. But anyways, that was the only thing that I was quite adamant about. But everything else I was like, you know, I do prefer for it to be no alcohol, and I prefer it to be I remember I'm saying I prefer it to be single sex, but I knew I just felt like I couldn't be as picky though still, so I wasn't as strong on that aspect. But I said no, but I think I did say no. The alcohol part I was strong. I was like, no, I don't want, like, I don't mind if there's parties, but I just don't want it to be as ridiculous as it was at Wolves Hall, because you know where I am right now, there's still parties, people street, and I have no problem with that. It's just over there at Stoke Bishop, I don't know what it was, but it was just, I just feel like there's no limit. It's just like such a different vibe to what's over here. But anyway, honestly, I really don't have a problem with, if you like, even in life, like where I am now, like I don't have a problem if they drink at parties, because it's like, it's fine here. It's just over there, I don't know what it was. It was just, there was no safety, there was no limit. It was just ridiculous how it was over there. But anyways, so I said all of that, and then within a week I got an email with an offer to move into where I am right now in Orchard Heights. And I thought, whoa, like I generally thought, like, the place I am, it's actually a really nice place in city centre, and I just thought, okay, you know, I didn't think they would actually find a place that quickly. I didn't think they would actually be able to find something that, you know, I'm comfortable with. And I was really shocked, because I was at home at that time, and they said in the email, you know, I can move as soon as I want. And I thought, okay, so this is really nice, so I can, as soon as I go back, I can pack my bags and sort of leave. So I did go back, and then I asked two of my friends to come over, so we had like a nice sort of sleepover, and for them to sort of help me pack and stuff. So they came, and I didn't tell anyone yet at my old accommodation that I was moving, because I thought, okay, let me just start packing first, and the people that I actually made friends with there, I'll obviously message them separately, because, you know, I respect them, and I'm not going to just throw it out in the group and then not tell them personally either. So I messaged them separately, and then I just said, like, I sent like a generic message in a group saying, like, you know, actually no, I'll get to that, what I actually sent later on, of what happened, why I had to send something. And I came back, two of my friends came around, and, you know, it was really nice. And as they were coming in, this girl sort of just saw us, and then she looked at me, was like, oh, are they your friends? And I was really confused. I was like, why is she saying that to me like that? But then I thought, okay, maybe I was giving the benefit of that, and I was like, okay, maybe she's just being nice. And I tried to make convo with her, and she just went straight to her room, and I was like, oh, okay, that was weird. And one of my friends tried to speak to her as well, and she didn't really say anything to her, and she just went to her room. And then I was like, okay, that was just a really weird, snarky comment. Like, why would you say that? Like, I know I don't mingle with the people who are as much with everyone in that accommodation at that time, but that's because I didn't feel comfortable. It was just not what I do, or like, I don't drink, I don't party, and a lot of the time I just didn't feel comfortable going to the kitchen just because of certain stares I got. So I just thought, okay, I don't know why she said that, but anyways, that was weird. I ignored it after. I was like, you know, let's just go to my room. We had like a really nice time. We were like watching movies, and then I thought, you know what, they're always loud, we're gonna be loud, we're gonna have fun, it doesn't matter, because, you know, I think it was like Friday or something, and they're already having parties anyway. So I was like, it really doesn't matter if we're loud, if we're having fun. Like, if anyone tells us off, I will actually lose it, because I'll be like, the only time I'm having fun now, you're really telling me off when everyone else is bringing random people, having parties all the time. So I thought, you know, no one can say anything to me, because I was thinking, this is the time I'm actually having a nice time with my friends around and people I actually like connect with. And I thought, honestly, if anyone comes, I'll just be like, look, they're here because they need to help me pack, because I'm leaving here, okay, because my mental health is really bad here, I have to get out. So I was like, okay, they can't really tell me off for this. So we were having a really nice time, and then suddenly later on we were watching a movie and we were laughing, and someone knocked on my door, like, really aggressively. And I was thinking, like, and I thought it was security, so I thought, okay, even if it's security, it's fine, because I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, I know why they're here. They're here to help me. They're here to, basically, because I was really down and I needed to, like, I'm getting out here, they're here to help me pack. So, you know, but then because it was so aggressive, I still obviously were a bit scared, because it's just, anyone knocks on your door like that, you would just be like, okay, what's that? So I was sort of like slowly getting up, and then someone goes, oh, don't worry, we're not security. So I got up, and then I was like, I was still really confused. I was just like, okay, but then if you're not security, like, why the hell did you knock like that? But I didn't say that. I was just really still, got a little bit scared then, and so did my friends. I was just like, oh, okay, this is weird. So I started to get up slowly, and then he goes, we're your flatmates. We just want to get to know you, but it's okay if you don't want to. And I was just like, huh? Like, what? Why are you saying that? Like, I've been here 2 months. Like, you never came and knocked on my door. You never said, oh, I want to get to know you. Who are you? Like, and of all days when I have two of my friends around, now you decided to come and knock on my door, and not even nicely, like really, really like it was aggressive. It was literally like really like hard and you know, scary as well. So I just thought, okay. But then I thought, okay, maybe like I was sort of trying to give them the benefit of that. I was like, okay, maybe they are actually just being nice. So I was going towards the door, but obviously I had to put my scarf around, you know. I can't just open the door like that, you know. It does take time. So I was trying to get my scarf, or like I was going towards my scarf, and then he goes, and I was like, excuse me. I was like so shocked. And then I heard these girls laugh behind him after he said that, and I was like, you know, I was like, you know, contemplating opening the door. But after that, I was like, no way, I'm opening the door to you. Like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, you've never come to me before. You've never wanted to get to know me before. The only day I have friends, but now you decided to knock so rudely, and then say that you wanted to get to know me, and then you swore at me for not opening the door like as quickly as you probably wanted me to. But you know, I was going. Anyways, after that, I was like, okay, and it just really just annoyed me so much, because I thought, like, you or all of you are all having fun, and that's not a problem. Like, obviously you're at uni, you're gonna have fun, but it's like, I'm been feeling lonely here. This is an environment that I'm comfortable with, and like finally when I'm actually got two friends and I'm having like a great time, you decide to ruin my night by saying this and then swearing at me, and then these people laughing in the background. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you know, have your own time, have your own fun. Like, why are you coming and annoying me? But anyways, that's what happened, and I just got really pissed. And then, I mean, we carried on watching the movie, but it just ruined my night. I was just like, why would you do that? And then I was thinking, because I already knew I was moving at this point, because I already have a place to move to in the city centre. I was like, you know, if I didn't apply yet after that incident, I would have definitely been like, I'm getting out of here, because honestly, it's not a place I want to be. So that happened. And then the next day, I think my friends went back to like their own place in the city centre, and then I was just getting everything like finalised and like sort of making sure everything's all ready for me to move the next day. And then I was thinking, you know what, I'm not gonna just go like that. Like, I will send a salty message to a group's chat, because I didn't know at the time who it was that knocked on my door. So I just wanted to say something like, you know, whoever knocked on my door, asked one of my friends, and then they sort of gave me like a really, really nice way of, basically like a really nice way of hitting them, like with a message of whoever it was, like basically saying like, you know, what you did wasn't okay and something like that. But I'm gonna attach the message that I sent, that one my friend formulated for me, and I added some emojis, you know, for extra effect. And like, I sent it to the group chat, and then obviously the person who it was, I still didn't know who it was at the time, replied, and he admitted it at that time. He was like, you know, we were just trying to get to know Romana and something like that. And then one girl was like, if you wanted to get to know her, like, why did you have to go and aggressively knock on her door like that? You know, it's true, because I've been there for 2 months. Out of all days, you wanted to get to know me, you decided that day to come like that. Like, I've been here for 2 months, why didn't you come earlier? Like, anyways, so that was really weird. And then some people were taking a mick out of it on the group about what I said, and then some people were understanding it, and they messaged me privately and said, like, you know, sorry that's been happening to you and all of that stuff, which I did appreciate. And then the guy, let's call him John. So, oh no, also, so I messaged that, and I also messaged on a Snapchat group saying, you know, how I'm going. And I know I shouldn't have said sorry, but I just felt like, you know, sorry. I did say, like, you know, sorry if you felt like I wasn't putting as much effort by coming into sort of the kitchen or joining in with you guys, only because, but I did explain, like, you know, it's something I'm not comfortable with. I don't drink, I don't party in sort of that sort of way, so I just didn't want to like I just said sorry if you felt like I wasn't putting in enough effort. But it's just something I don't do. Like, I wasn't comfortable in like being around so many people and just in that sort of environment. But I don't know why I said sorry, but anyways, I just did it because I don't want anyone to think that I didn't like them for that, because I have no problem with anyone who does that. It's just I felt like I was the only one there who I couldn't find anyone else to connect with, no one who looked like me, and so I felt uncomfortable. But anyways, someone on the group, on the Snapchat, the same guy who obviously knocked on my door aggressively, they were like, oh, Roman, I'm gonna miss you so much. And I just looked and I was like, I don't even know who you are. Like, why? And I clearly knew they were taking the mick out of me. So and then he deleted the message. Oh yeah, I'm calling him John, by the way. So then I go back, I think I said something like, why'd you delete the message? I know how much you're gonna miss me, or something like that. But I was obviously taking the mick out of them as well, because whoever that, I knew they were just like taking the piss. And then later on, after, like, you know how I sent that message on the WhatsApp group, and obviously people realized like that was happening and stuff, someone came and knocked on my door. This time it was nicely and gently. So I was like, what the hell? And then I kind of just went near the door and I was like, who is it? And they go, I can't say their name, so I'm just gonna say a fake name. So like, they go, John. And I was like, okay, give me a second, because I was thinking, should I open the door or not? But obviously I had to put my scarf on, so I was like, just put some random like messy scarf on, open the door. And then they were like, hi, I'm John. I was the person who came and knocked on your door last night. And I was like, okay. And I was just sort of standing, and he was just saying like how he was really sorry, and he just wanted to sort of see if we were okay, and like if we wanted to join them in the kitchen or something like that. But he did keep, I did appreciate the fact that he came to my door and said sorry, but he did deny that he didn't knock aggressively. And I was like, no, you did. But anyways, he wasn't admitting that. But I do appreciate the fact that he did come and say sorry to me. But after that, he was asking me stuff like, you know, what I study and stuff, and we had like a casual conversation, which was nice after that. But I was just thinking, and I did say like, you know, after like, I did say it's fine, we're okay now, like it doesn't matter anyways. And he asked me like, you know, why I'm leaving, and I said, you know, basically what I was saying in the video. I didn't really say everything, but I did sort of include the diversity thing and everything, and the food and stuff, and how. But yeah, I don't know, either way, like as much as I appreciate him saying sorry, he didn't admit that he knocked aggressively, so I don't really know how much he meant it. But you know, it's fine, we're cool now. Like I don't really care anymore. I'm away from that place, it doesn't matter, I'm here now, and you know, I'm in a much better place. Like honestly, when I moved here, I felt the difference. Like, thank you so much to my friend who helped me move. But like when I came, like literally the way they welcomed me, they were just like, the people and the staff were just so welcoming, and they were just like, they gave me like, they didn't have like a trolley to put my move myself, obviously, like I'm basically moving in again from another place, and they just gave me like the parcel trolley thing. They were like, you can use this and take your stuff. And there was someone who came and helped me, and it's just, the environment was so nice, and the people here, that honestly, the people I live with here, they were so nice, and it's just what I needed from the beginning. Like one of the girls here, she cooked a dinner for us when I moved in. It was just such a nice environment for me to just come into from where I came out of, and then it was just so nice to get to know them. And it was just, I just felt so relieved as well. The fact I can cook my food, like I don't need to be reliant on someone else cooking food, something that I probably don't like. And like, you know, even the diversity is so much better. Like as soon as I walked in with my friend, I was like, oh my god, I see people that look like me. And I was just like, finally, like I felt so much better. Even in like my room, like even though it's smaller than the room I had over there, it doesn't matter, because I'm so much happier here, and I know I'm protected here, I know it's safer here. And like even though people drink and party here, I have no problem with that, because you know, it's within like limits, and it's fine here. Because over there it was just so unsafe. There were like people, there was so many people in mobs. It just felt like there was a club over there in our pantry. Like there was so many people there, and it just was way out of control. But here it's fine. Like I'm in my own space, I'm able to do my own thing, and it's just so much better. I'm so glad I moved out of that, honestly. But honestly, just when you're choosing, I think at the end of it, what I will say is that I know if someone does see this video from over there, like, you know, you probably do like that place, and there's nothing wrong with liking that place. I'm just giving my experience and saying how that place isn't for me, how I just wanted to leave straight away. But I know a lot of people do enjoy it, and that's what they want, and that's the environment they want to be in, and that's fine. But it's just something I don't want to be in, and I'm just sharing my experience. So if anyone does see it, don't come for me, please. It's just, I'm giving my sort of experience to people like me. If you are coming to, let's say, Bristol, I would highly recommend city centre, just because it's so much closer to campus. You have shops around you. Over there's like barely any shops. Like the scenery is so nice, honestly, the scenery is so nice, but it's not convenient, especially for students. So I would definitely recommend city centre. I just would not recommend Stoke Bishop. It's just not safe. Diversity is dead. So that's sort of my experience, and I'm so glad I moved into Orchard Heights. Oh yeah, the place I moved in is called Orchard Heights. It's just such a nice environment. Like the people are nice here. It's just a whole other vibe that I was missing and that I needed. But yeah, I'm really glad I moved here. And so yeah, that's basically what happened. Another thing I actually forgot to mention also, oh sorry, that was my chair. Another thing that I forgot to mention was the state of the bathroom that they gave, and it wasn't just mine, it was quite a lot of other people's as well. Like, you would think if they're taking that much money from us, they would you know, sort of put our bathroom in like a much more clean state, let's say. I think they're taking that much money, they can afford to, like, you know, give us like a clean, you know, just a standard decent toilet and shower. Okay, so the room that I had was actually bigger than a lot of other people's rooms, only because they gave me an accessible room. I didn't ask for an accessible room, but I think it was just probably what was available, and they gave it to me and quite a few other people as well. So it was larger than usual, which, I mean, I wasn't complaining. And the bathroom was a wet room, but the state of the bathroom, honestly, like, you know, you go to take a shower to clean. I didn't feel clean to even step into the shower. I just thought, oh, I'm going to attach some pictures I took and what the state of it was. I do remember reporting it and saying, can they please sort it out? I remember seeing like a silverfish scutter across, and honestly, I'm so scared of them. And I told them how I think there's a problem with that. You know, why is there silverfish running in my bathroom? And also, there was just so much lime scale and stain, and it was just damp. And it just wasn't in the state it should be, especially when, you know, like there's a virus going about. You know, you would think they would keep things clean and just in a more presentable state. No one came and did anything about it. I do remember before me reporting it, they did say like there was an email about saying someone was going to come and sort of clean our bathrooms. No one ever came. I reported it. They're like, you know, if something like, you know, I moved in here, the state of it was like that. Why is it still like this? You know, someone did say they were going to come, no one came. And I made like a separate, you know, how you do like maintenance, like sort of requests. I said something like, you know, why is it like this? Why is there so much lime scale? Why is it so damp? Why is there silverfish in my bathroom? Like, can you please sort this out? No one came. No one did anything about it. I reported things before about my window and stuff. They came straight away, but no one came and did anything about the bathroom. And I know it wasn't just mine. There are quite a few other people's were in like not really a good presentable state, and I just didn't understand why. I know you can afford to fix it. I know you can afford to, like, you know, do something about it. If we're paying to live, you should give our stuff in like a presentable state. But I just didn't understand what was going on there. So, you know, that was just something else I added to like my ever-going list of why I had to like move out of Wolves Hall. So I just want to say a really big thank you to all my friends who actually helped me when I was struggling in my old accommodation, when I was feeling really low, and sort of helped me find new accommodation, and told me how, like, you know, there are rooms available, so I could tell Resi Life if they were I mean, they obviously did give me a room, but just in case they weren't, I could tell them that I know there are rooms available and stuff, and just for helping me out when I was feeling really low. And also a big thanks to Shahid and Serene for helping me pack so that I could move across to the new accommodation, and really big thanks to Shahida for actually helping me like take everything, and like just from my old accommodation to the taxi, from the taxi to my room. Honestly, it means so much. Like, I know how hard it was and how heavy things were, but honestly, it really does mean so much, and I'm so grateful. Like, I don't know what I would do without you guys here, and like, you guys don't know how much you mean to me, even though like I haven't known you guys for that long, but honestly, it means so much to me. And just know that I love you guys so much. And also my friends back home, I miss you, and I love you guys so much as well. Thank you. So yeah, that's basically sort of my experience. And you know, if anyone's watching this and you're sort of in a similar position, please ask for help and ask to basically leave that situation, because they will find a way for you. Or like, if you think there's no more other places, I thought there wouldn't be any other places for me to move into, but they'll find something for you. And just don't think that you can't be picky. Just say the things that you really need and that you think you'll be comfortable in, and the area that you'll be comfortable in, and they'll do the rest. Just make sure you put your case really strongly, and just tell them everything honestly. Like, I'm really grateful that they did manage to sort it out within a week, which I was really shocked. I genuinely thought I'd have to wait maybe like a month or two, but they did it within a week, and within 2 weeks I moved in, and I'm in such a much better place now, and I'm really glad about that. But yeah, that's sort of my video. Thank you so much for watching, if you did get to the end of the video. Also, I just want to say thank you to everyone who gave me so much support on my last video. Honestly, I am so overwhelmed. I didn't think it would even get over 50 views, and to think that it's got like I think like 270 views, honestly it means so much to me, and to everyone who subscribed, thank you so much. I'm really overwhelmed just by how much love and support I've received on my Instagram and on my YouTube channel starting up. I can't say thank you enough to everyone who's supported me so far. And if you are new here, please do subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn your post notifications on, follow me on Instagram, mediscience1, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.